Good evening, everybody, and welcome to FishTec Live. It is the season finale of season 2, so welcome. I cannot see who's joined us yet. There seems to be a problem with that computer, so hopefully that'll get going in the background. Guys, it's been a massive year, and yeah, sure, quite an event. We managed to get 11 shows done this year. We skipped January, but we kicked off in February, and this is the 11th show for the year. Hopefully we don't have a delay for 2019. No, I can guarantee you there won't be. There will be a show January 2019. So yeah, guys, just a quick little recap. Man, 2018, what a year. We had so many big events. We had so many firsts happening in South Africa. The whole FLW thing, so many new things happened there. The World Championships, okay, that's not a new thing, but that was held in Mexico this year. Unfortunately, the South Africans didn't do too well there, which is quite sad. But guys, Mexico did very well. Italy did very well. I think it was Team USA took world championships in Mexico. They were number 1. Number 2, open to correction, was Mexico. Number 3, Italy. So to those 3 teams, a big congratulations. I had a pro staff member over there, Martin de Kock. I think you guys remember him from the show before last. He was my guest. I haven't heard back from him, but yeah, I think it was an experience for him, make no doubt, but I look forward to hearing the details at some point. As far as the FLW goes, my pro staff guys did extremely well. Robbie Olivier managed to go over to the States. On the international side, I know I think he won that as the international co-angler, so congratulations, Robbie, great job. As for all my other pro staff, geez, guys, you all did very well. Had a very interesting year. The guys, a lot of you had a lot of support for FishTec and FishTec Lawrence, and I really do appreciate that. I really do. I might not come out every time and go, hey, thanks guys, whatnot, but believe me, I really appreciate what you guys do. So to my pro staff, a big shout out. You guys are number 1. And of course, let's not forget about my customers. I mean, wow, what a year. I mean, the sales were pretty good. I think if we look at what really took the charts this year from a sales perspective, look, I know the little units, those little hook 4Xs, the guys that don't want to see fish, that just want to know the depth and the water temperature, they sell like hotcakes. They like hot dogs at a sports event. But the units that really count, as far as I'm concerned, by far, the Lawrence Elite TI9. What a cracker of a unit. That, I tell you what, to any one of you that went out and bought an Elite 9 TI in 2018, well done. You were the smart shoppers of the year. I'm talking about across the brands internationally. That was the cracker unit by far for the year. Guys, I just want to see if I can see if any of you are up here. Sorry, man. There we go. I can now see that it is feeding. Good evening, Johan. How are you doing? Malcolm Kutsia, good evening. Gord Fraser, good evening, Gord. How are you doing? We only recently touched bases. He bought a book, and yeah, fantastic. He's from an ice-bound central Canada. So welcome, Gord. I know you have a question for me. I'm sorry I couldn't answer it. I was about to go live, but we will chat later. And I'll get you going. Well, at least I hope I can help you. So yes, guys, just the other thing to recap on last week's show. It was a good show. I saw There were about 27,000 people that had to come across their feed on their Facebook, on their social media, and there were actually 5,100 people that actually physically viewed that. I know to a lot of you it's not 500,000 and, you know, like rock star type numbers, but for a little company and a little FishTec here in South Africa trying to do a little bit for the sport, I think that was really fantastic. So guys, to everybody that enjoyed, and geez, did we have a lovely turnout last month. Hey man, and the guys were interacting. I loved the show last month. I really and truly did. Kim W. Hansen from Denmark. Good evening, Kim. Welcome. Right, guys. Like I said, I don't know if you read the intro. I said we're going to talk about the year that was, which we've basically just touched up on now, and we touched on a little bit of the hardware side. We spoke about the Elite TR9, which was such a cracker unit. But guys, I've just recently got back from Loskop Dam. Why is Loskop Dam in South Africa such a big topic at the moment? It's because the World Games, the World Fishing Games, is coming to South Africa for the first time, as far as I know, in 2019. It's in February 2019. We've got the bass guys back on the Vaal River again, the poor buggers. And we've got the predator boat guys on Loskop Dam. And this is why I was in such a rush to get Loskop Dam going. What I want to do is, while we're talking about that, I want to put this in the background while we're talking about that. Man, this, and we need to turn off that. How's that? Let's see who's Rimvidas Bareka. My apologies for my terrible pronunciation. Good evening. He's from Lithuania. Thank you for joining us. That's awesome. Guys, let me just see if I can move that. This is what happens on live shows. You got to be a little bit patient here. There we go. Okay. Guys, is it my imagination, but the feed is very blurry? Sorry, I'm just going to pause there for a sec. I'm looking on my Facebook page and it looks very blurry. I don't know if anybody can confirm that or deny that or whatever, but it looks blurry on my page. I don't really know why it's done that. I did stream at the preset Facebook settings, but anyway, guys, don't worry about it. If it's too blurry, try and just make out what's going in the background. I am recording it in full HD, 1080 HD at the moment, and I will put that up on YouTube later tonight, and it'll be available from tomorrow morning. So if you can't see, or if it is a little bit too blurry, don't worry, there's going to be a full HD version of the video on YouTube tomorrow morning. So let's get going. Guys, who else has joined there? Muhammad says everything's fine. Thank you, Muhammad. Michael Cannon, my pro staff. There we go. How's it, Michael? How you doing? Daniel McLaughlin, good friend of mine. Good evening, Daniel. Thanks for that. Janrich Venter. Hello, Janrich. Welcome. He says everything's 100%. Okay, so it's just my side that looks a little bit ho-ho, eh? So awesome. Geez, it looks like I'm looking at a 360 there for a second. My eyes got all blurry. Awesome. Okay, guys. Loskop Dam. You know what? Look at these pictures behind me. Let's first talk about these pictures behind me. I'm gonna try and come back to these pictures later. I used I'm not going to call it that D word. I'm going to call it a flying camera, because everyone gets very excited when you use the D word. But it's a flying camera. On average, I went around 22 meters off the water, and I basically went around the entire dam, and I recorded just over 700 photographs, which, as you're going to see now, I'm going to show you on the HDS how you could access these fantastic photographs directly off the unit, directly off your chart. Yes, anybody can go around and take a bunch of photographs and put it on their smart device and then sit there and put the rod underneath your arm here and a cigarette here and then scroll through 600 photographs and go, yes, is that the one or not? No, we don't roll like that at Lawrence. How we do it at Lawrence is you're on the chart, you're in that area, you want a water level view, a photo that was taken from the boat at water level. Remember, all these photographs were taken when the dam was at 81%, which is basically 8 to 8.5 feet down. So when I talk about contours just now, the contours you'll see in the very shallow water, the contours are missing up to that sort of 8-foot range because I couldn't get there. And obviously a little bit more because I still needed a little bit of water for my motor. So you'll see on these big flats there are some gaps there, but don't worry about it. You'll see it'll still work out. But it did give us the opportunity to get in there with the flying camera and take these fantastic photographs that you guys can see. Brendan van Zeydam, also a pro staff, fantastic. Welcome, Brendan. He calls me Johan. I think I'm going to call him Bradley from now on. Hello, Bradley. Welcome. Mark Cannon says the photos look cool. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, geez, they really, I think it's going to make a difference. We're actually going to use them on the unit just now. Guys, I just want to mention the Loskop chart has not got aerial HD, you know, the actual mapped with the flying camera and the elevation view. And I'll tell you why. Because the majority of it is there just wasn't the dam wasn't low enough to make that worthwhile, because using the flying camera, it's a high expense, it's a lot of processing, it uses a lot of data, and it just didn't warrant it. If Loskop gets very low, going like it did in 2016, who knows? If we get a chance, we'll get out there, contract it out to a licensed pilot and let him go and collect all that data for us and pay him for it, and that's it. But for now, I think these aerial photos like what you see now is going to make a big difference. But please keep in mind, a lot of this must be done in your planning phase. So no problem, Brendan. Jacques, come on. Good evening, Jacques. Also pro staff. Good evening. Welcome. So yeah, guys, let's get on to the actual unit. So I'm going to click this here and we'll merge that into there, and voila. Okay, guys, this is what we had before. This is on the Northern Provinces sediment chart. This chart sells for 2,200 Rand. It's got about 14 sediments on it, and it's got about 21 to 22 dams of satellite imagery on it, which is pretty good. It's certainly a value for money type of deal. You know, and at first glance, it all makes sense. You think this is more than sufficient, you know. But I must admit, guys, when I spend time on the water, I must tell you, between myself and the autonomous craft, we did about over 1,000 kilometers together, and I ended up doing more than I should have, because the autonomous craft had a couple of issues. My fault, not the craft's fault, my fault. It was a user error, ID10T error. But anyway, we got the job done. Guys, once I started getting some mapping and then coming home and putting it on the computer and seeing what it looked like, I very quickly realized these sediment charts are not good. This guy, whoever did these sediment charts for Loskop Dam, I'm sorry, and I apologize if he's a relation of yours or whatever. Oh, the guy didn't do a good job, eh? Look, he did the basics, yes, but bare minimum, basically clocked in, worked the hours, clocked out the end of the day, but it definitely didn't put in any effort. Having said that, how do we, Look, it's close. Let me take this area here and let me just show you. Look how close he was. Let's go to contour view. You see how close he was? Yes, he's got the main stuff right. The main stuff. But the minute you get into the finer detail stuff, guys, we fish structure, very, very subtle structure. Look, the main stuff, those big channels, those big ledges, those big whatevers, they're very, very valuable. Make no mistake, they are very valuable. But the subtle things we need to know. Now look at this area. Here's a typical area. The satellite imagery is already giving us a hint that something's going on here, but the sediment has no hint of it whatsoever. Look what happens when I click over into contour. Can you see this? It's got a point here where my cursor is now, and then it's got this little dog leg that goes off here, and it goes all the way down. I don't know if I should say this. Yes, and it goes down to that magic 45 feet. Anyway, let me not talk too much about that, but let me tell you, pay close attention to this. The fact that you can see this little dog leg, this bar or point, this offshore point, this is valuable, valuable stuff. You're probably thinking, geez, why is he talking about fishing so deep? I'll tell you why you want to fish deep on Loskop, because it's so clean. When that wind is not blowing, I can't believe how beautiful and clear that water is. That means that fish can see you. And I can tell you, if that fish isn't spawning and he's not there under duress looking after his nest, he's not going to go and sit there in the shallows and say, come, throw that hoho on me. You can target me with your Polaroid glasses. No, 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 no. I'm telling you, like I've always said to people, if it comes to fishing advice, don't listen to what I have to say. But I can tell you now, that fish's not going to hang around there. He's going to look for refuge. And something like this type of offshore point is absolutely valuable. So let's zoom in on this and say, right, what information have we got here on this? Some guys, anybody can go out there and just go and create a contour chart if they're prepared to do 1,000 kilometers and go through fuel and gearboxes and props and what have you. But let's have a look what happens when we take the side scan ultra HF mosaic and put it onto this area. We've now identified this as an interesting area, but is there anything on top of just structure? When I talk about structure, I'm talking about the topography of the bottom. Is there anything on here that could attract these fish? And for that, we're going to switch over to, I've split the dam between Ultra HF North, which is that whole northern shore, basically from the main slipway to the dam wall, and it goes all the way down past Skilpad. If any of you know the dam, it's Skilpad. You'll see it on the name there. I'll zoom out, and I'll put my cursor on it. There's Skilpad all the way down there. So all the way down to there, you're going to use the north, and from there, anti-clockwise, all the way back to the main slipway, you're going to use Ultra HFS. So where was I now? I hope I haven't gone and lost my spot now. No, there it is. There it is. Was that the spot there? I hope so. Yes, that's the spot. Right. So we're going to use Ultra HF South. Let me just see who's joined us. Alan Nielsen, evening from Denmark. Welcome, Alan. Gordfrey says awesome accuracy on the contours. Thank you, Gord. Yes, we certainly put in the mileage, boy. We really do. And thank you for that. So we're going to go Ultra HF. There we go. But what have we got down there? Okay, these contours are in the way. So let's turn these contours off. No, you know what? We can actually leave them on. Guys, the guys that know my charts well, especially I see most of my pro staff a lot of my pro staff are online and watching tonight, but they know my charts very well. In the past, on the Ultra HF, I very often put the isobars, which are your colors between your contours, as well as too many contours on top of the mosaics, and you had to go and turn them off all the time and minimize it. I've actually done away with that. I've actually done away with that on this chart. I've only put the major contours, which are 3-foot intervals between, on there, and that's it. And then, of course, the names of the different bays. You can turn them off if they are annoying and they're getting in your way. Can you guys see this? We're going to go to View. We're going to go to View. We're going to go to Categories, and this line nautical you can turn off. Or if you want, you can just have the shoreline on. So you've still got the shoreline, which you should have back here. There it is there. I don't know if you can see that in black. Is there? That's the 100% shoreline. As you can see, I was down there. This is a very flat area. So yeah. So guys, let's go back to this area here. Let's just have a quick squiz. Let's see if anybody else has joined us. Mike Callahan, good evening, Mike. Welcome. Adam Kirby, he's from England. Welcome, Adam. Thank you for joining us. Great to have you on the show. Let's just have a quick look here. We're going to go here. We're going to go back to the contours. Yes, we're on the right spot. We're on the right spot. But what is this here? What happens when we zoom in? Ultra HF or ultra high frequency. Does this become any clearer? Can we see any more detail? Look at that detail, guys. That is what you want. I hope your Facebook feed is clearer than what I'm seeing. It sounds like it is. But like I said, tomorrow I'm going to upload the YouTube video. Oh, excuse me. And this high definition is going to be there. So don't worry about it. And then you'll see how clear this is. And as you can see, these little stones, they go all the way out. You can see there's a slightly bigger one. Can you see the shadow on that one there? That's obviously one of the bigger ones. But I want to show you something. When you see something happening out in the deeper water, like what we're seeing now, I very often, when I'm on the water and I'm doing on the water training, I tell the guys, if we're talking about brush, or we're talking about rocks, or we're talking about type of bottom, always go back to the shore and have a look if there's anything on the shore that could resemble what we're looking at here. Now, I haven't pre-planned this, and it's live, so I can't edit it and make out like I'm a hero and I knew this. So we're going to have to wing it a little bit. So what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to do is, from the Ultra HF view, we want to head towards the shore, and we're going to use the sky view. Remember, this was with the flying camera. So what we've got in the sky view is, I've put some contours in there, so we've got a little bit of contours out there. But as we come up onto the shore, no, I can already tell you, there's nothing here. This is just sand. So you see all these numbers along the bottom here? These A numbers. A stands for air. I should have made it S for sky. But anyway, it's A for air. And there's, like I said, there's about 700 of these photos. Vince Ward. Welcome, Vince. Good evening. Yes, you do need those. Okay, so let's tap on this A242 and let's have a look at that. Now you've got two choices here when you tap on that particular point data. Bottom left of your screen, can you see it? No, I'm blocking it. Can you? No, you can't. Anyway, guys, behind me here is Go To. If you're using a XI5 trolling motor, the XI5 trolling motor will take you to the exact location, longitude and latitude of where the photograph was taken from. Keep in mind, this is air, sky. That camera was up in the air. So you've got to say, okay, I'm here, but you were higher. Or then the trolling motor will take you to that exact location. You can tap on image, and there we go. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, there are some here. Guys, you can see these little, rocks here? I'm going to guess they're, from what I remember, whatnot, it's this sort of, it's not rugby ball. It's smaller type of ball, rock shape here, but there's not a lot of it. Keep in mind, this was at 81%. Now, if the weatherman is correct, by February, when this tournament is on, this dam is going to come up substantially. A lot. And these little rocks are going to be underwater. but you're not going to see them on the Ultra HF because the water was too low. So you're going to have to depend on these sky photos. So let's take another one, 244. Let's see if we've got something else there. There we go. Very light scattered little rocks. Can you see there? There's a slightly bigger one. You can see there's some little stumps. These type of things, you've got a very, very flat area, not much going on there. These little type of things will make a difference. Now, like I said, you've got 700 of these photographs all around the dam. So wherever you go, you just select that view. Let's have a look what we've got from a water level view. So then you're going to go to water view. So we click on that. It's going to be the same satellite imagery from 2016 when the dam was very, very low, but this was the exact path that I took at the time when the dam was at 81%, and I took these photographs. So let's look at that. You see, now you've got a different perspective. Now you can see those stumps, you can see those little rocks there, which is quite interesting. Okay, I've zoomed in quite a bit. You see how those rocks look more prolific from this angle? It's because they were sort of stretched out, but now because we're at that low level, they look like there's so many more of them because it looks like they're all bunched up. So that sky view, and then of course there's these little stumps here. So always do a quick flick over to the sky view. There they are there. You see, there's the little stump we were talking about, and now you've just got a different perspective of it. Guys, I would love to go through 700 photographs with you and, wow, but we can't do that. But this is what you're going to have to do. And remember, this is something you can do no matter where you are in the world. You can sit at home before a major tournament like this, like the World Games or the World Championships, and you can sit in the comfort of your home, use a tablet, use your iPad, your smartphone, whatever, and guess what? Link it up to a unit, put a little battery, you get a little spare power cable, PC30 power cable, plug it into the unit, use your smart device to link it up to your massive, big, beautiful Ultra HD TV, and now you can sit and plan your entire trip directly off your device. You can create waypoints, whatever you can do on your smart device via the Wi-Fi link app, it's like you're working on the unit. So you can create waypoints, you can create notes on those waypoints, the whole shebang. So there's really a lot going on there. Let's just zoom out a little bit here. Yes, okay. You know what? Let's touch quickly. Let me just see anyone else. Okay, there's no more questions. Okay, fantastic. While there's no questions, you see this deep water here. Guys, go and do a search on YouTube. Brandon Palaniuk, yes, he's Hummingbird and all that, but I have to take my hat off to him. He's got a fantastic video there, and he talks about the magic triangle. It's a combination of deep water and shallow flats to target. So the fish can run off into the deep water, and they can come up into the shallow flats and feed on the bait fish or whatever it might be. Now, you've got to go and look at that video because he explains it extremely well. So go and have a look at that. And the way that this main river channel snakes its way around Loskop Dam, this makes Loskop Dam an incredibly unique dam, because 1 minute it's bouncing off right on the shore there. It's not like Rudekop is mostly, it just runs straight down the middle of the dam mostly. But look how it bounces off to the shallows there on the up on the north there. Then it bounces down here, and it's got your big cliff faces down here again. Then it bounces off there and it comes up here. Okay, this here is obviously something extremely unique to Loskop Dam, is this very deep water here, got 132 feet over there. Guys, keep in mind, I've compensated that 8.5 feet from when I was there. So all these readings that you see here, I've actually, when I was on the boat and I saw them on my finder, they were actually 8.5 feet less. I've used software to bring that water level up to as if it was 100%. So remember, these water levels on these charts are for when the dam is 100% full. So let's have a look. This is just such a unique thing. It's called Loskop, is this little point here. Look at this fantastic little point here. Now imagine being the first person to find this before the dam went low in 2016. Because what happened in 2016, let's go to Sky View. No, we're going to go to Water View because then it hides that. Google Earth revealed the secret, what was there. And once the guys cottoned on to that, and it has produced. I've heard some great stories about this. Whether they're fishing stories or fact stories, I can't dispute or confirm or deny. But what a great spot. When I was there, it was underwater. I obviously couldn't see it. But have a look how it looks on the Ultra HF. I wish I paid a little bit more attention. You can see I lost focus on my path here. I wish I didn't slightly better lines. But can you see how unusual this is here? Those are apparently old, this is an old grave site. These are graves around this area. So when the dam's full, let's just have a look what the depth would be there. When the dam's full, we're looking at 27, so that'll be 24, 23 feet. So when I was there, this was at your 14 and a half feet. Very, very fishable. And I can tell you, I saw boats on that, or a boat on that very, very often. So the guys like this spot. So is it an absolute gem? Maybe not. But let me tell you what I showed you just now, that little point, that little dog leg. If you can find something like that, that is some key information right there. But let's go back to contours, and let's go back to what Brandon Palanik said to us. He was talking about this triangle thing. Let's use this area here. I like this spot here. You've got very deep water. Can you see you've got very deep water there? You've got a channel there. You can see that there's a lot missing here. You see these missing gaps? That means it was a very flat, shallow bank going out. Can we confirm that? Yes, we can. Go to your sky view. Get to your... Let's have a look how it looks with some of those sky views there. Is it a big, shallow bank? There we go. Look at that. Clear as day. Look at this very slow, gradual drop with these little stones and rocks on it. So this is a great area. You want to know about this kind of area. And guys, pay attention to these photos. Can you see what's down here? The guzzlers. Geez, I tell you what, Parks and Recreation apparently are a little bit concerned about the bass eating the local fish and whatnot. Let me tell you, these cormorants and the number of cormorants there are at Loskop, these are big cormorants. Gee, these guys can barely fly. They eat so much. These guys just hoard fish. I haven't seen that much bait fish on a dam in a very, very long time in South Africa. Wow, there's a lot of bait around here. So yeah, just have a careful look at these photographs and it'll give you an idea of what's going on there. But let's get back to Brandon Palanik's story. The magic triangle. So how do we create a magic triangle when you're busy planning with your chart? It's very, very easy. You're going to hit your pages button. You're going to use roots. I know that sounds strange, but you're going to do that. We're going to say create on chart. And we're going to drop one right there by the deep water. Bang. That's our first spot there. Then come all the way down into the shallows in this little point here. And then can you see how that shallow bank goes out, but then it's got a sharp drop off with obviously another little creek coming into the left of it. So we're going to make that the end of our triangle. And then we're going to take one back to the start. There we go. Guess what? Save. Say enter. Settings, chart. There it is. Roots. Turn it on. There it is. Okay. Guys, that's how you do it. That's how you create your magic triangle. Use a root. Give it a name. You can turn it off if it gets too annoying and it gets in the way. But the reason why I like to put it up there is I know I'm now inside my magic triangle. I now want to find something unique inside the magic triangle. Contours are only going to take you so far. But if I zoom in here, this is really interesting. Can you see there's the secondary point inside your magic triangle? That's got value. So what do? We go back to our Ultra HFS. And look at that. That's what you're after. Look at that little edge there. I don't know if you guys can see the clarity of this, but you've got those little stones. Remember when I showed you that photo of that sky view photograph earlier? And then there were all those bloody nasty birds, those cormorants on the side there. Look what you've got here. I don't want to call it, but holy smolies, that looks like a fish to me sitting good there. Could be. Anyway, let me not do the Sangoma thing and make up stories. It looks pretty good to me. What's also nice about this, you know, when you get down to this area, look at this transition line here. You see where I'm dropping the cursor? That's a transition there. It looks like there's a little inlet here too. Let's just go back to the contours just to confirm that. Yes, you see how the contours come in there? That means there's a little dip there. So we're going to go back to the Ultra HF. That's it. This is a really, what depth was that? I forgot to check. Looking at 30 feet. Remember, that's when the dam was full. Is full. You're going to have to compensate for that when you get there and see what depth it is, you know. But yeah, let's just go back to the south. Let's just put those contours back on. Now remember, if you want to put the contours back on, it's very easy. You click the view, you go to categories, and boom, you turn them on. And there we go. Now you've got your 3-foot contours, because I haven't added the minor contours. The minor contour lines are only 1 feet each. In the contour interval is 1 feet on the minor contours. Major contours interval is 3 feet. I'll get that right eventually. Let me just check. Okay, there's no questions. Cool. No, not cool. Come on, ask questions, guys. Okay, so here you've got a nice little inlet here. Let me just have a look. What does the old sediment tell us? Or what does the old satellite tell us about this area? Could we pick that up from the satellite? So to do that, we're going to use the water view. No, it's too deep. You can't. Look, on the shore, you can see something's going on there. If we look at the water level photograph from when I was there, oh, baby. Look at that. Hey? There's some serious stuff you need to know about. Ooh, that's a nice little surprise for me. You know, everybody thinks, hey, John, you must know the dams so well because you mapped them. Guys, I'm so busy concentrating on thing in the sky. I've got another autonomous boat on the water. I don't want to drive over things. I don't want to drive into crocodiles and hippos, and you know, there's a lot going on. So you know, I can't always pay attention to the things I'd like to pay attention to as a fisherman. But I mean, look at that. Geez, we've got to have an aerial view of that. So what do? We say, okay, that's a really awesome picture, but what does it look like from the sky? Do we have any decent photographs of that from the sky? Yes. Okay, this is a bit early. Sorry, I cut this one a bit early. But look at that. Can you see this very gradual slope over here? And then you've got that little dug out rocky channel there. No, man. There we go. That's better. Look at that. You see, there's your aerial view now. Guys, this is really, really fantastic information. You know, a lot of guys, I'm just going to pause there for a sec. A lot of guys will say, yeah, but the dam, it's so clean, you can see this, you know, from the water. Tournament anglers, any of you that are tournament anglers, tell me what happens when it's tournament day. Is it nice and glassy and clean water and calm? Oh, I tell you what, some of those conditions I've seen you guys fishing is just, I'd be home long ago. Download a nice movie, get a Netflix. Hey, I've got a hot cup of coffee, some tea, I'm chilling. Your oaks are on the water in those conditions. Let me tell you, Loskop becomes murky like that. In a flash, those lovely, clean, calm conditions, they turn murky fast. So yes, while it's calm, you're going to see a lot of these things. But I can tell you, the minute that wind picks up, and it picks up there, it picks up, I know. Let me just see if there's another, then you're in trouble. Hey man, trying to not, okay, it won't let me tap that. If you end up in a situation like what I'm doing now, that it just keeps showing the route, which we've created with the triangle, but you want to see something, just hit your pages button, go to your settings, go to your chart, and go and turn that route off quickly. Now you see it's gone. Now you can tap on that. You can tap on that. There we go. There's another view of it. Let's just see. Jean Layton. Good evening, Jean. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining. So there you go, guys. Again, you can see there's a big shallow sandy bank on the right hand side of that. But in the water here, look how clean this water is. Look how nice and calm it was. You can see how this channel runs all the way down here. Let's just have a look what the mosaic, the Ultra HF, looks like for this area. This is Ultra HFS, and there it is. There we go. Now this is the stuff that was in the water at the time. You can see there's your transition line and your rocky sort of bottom. You see this contour here that takes a leg in. That means it went deeper for that area. It's a deeper little channel. You've got some little rocks over there. Let's go and let's follow it out. Ooh, man, there. I know we spoke about that just now, but that to me is the business. That's the spot. I wish I did another pass here. It would be nice to see another pass. Let me just see on the contour how fast it went off. No, it would have died off anyway, but it would have been nice if we did have another one. Okay, so guys, this is a big dam. Don't let anybody tell you you'll quickly go there, couple of visits, day or two, practice, go and suss it out. Guys, that's not going to happen. This is a huge body of water. When you get there and you see a little like horizon, you think, sure, but that's a long dam. When you get there, there's another one around that corner. That's a big dam. It really is a big dam. You know, while I was there, let me just see who's joined us. Dean Graham Punters. Good evening, Dean. How are you doing? Hi, John. Have you managed to nap the river in the reserve? Dean Graham Punters, I don't have 50,000 Rand to pay the fine. So, no. I'm unfortunately unbeknown did pop in there. But once I spoke to resort management, they told me stay out of there. It's a 50,000 Rand fine. Cool. I'm out of there. I'm not paying 50,000 Rand. And if any of you want that type of data, what are you going to do with it? You can't go in there. If you're in a tournament and you're ever caught in there, you're going to get, at best, you're only going to get disqualified. You're going to be disqualified and you're going to be 50K down. So yeah, wash out. And also, who's joining us here? Hipsky Robert. Good evening. I hope I pronounced your name right. Please, my apologies. I'm terrible with that. but welcome, Ipsky. Hi, John. Maybe I've missed, but what can you tell us about the sonars that will be equipped on the boats at Loskop during the competition? Ipsky, let me tell you, that is going to depend on who's your skipper. It can range from shockingly poor to extremely good. If I was a skipper for that tournament and my boat was there, let me tell you, that's the boat you'd want to be on, because there's every possible bit of electronics you can imagine. But I'm not going, and I'm scared to go because I think the South African guys will take me out back and feed me to one of those crocodiles. So I've got to tread lightly. I've seen how the South Africans can react to my charts, so I've got to be very careful there. Dean, no problem, Dean, pleasure. Good evening, Gatas Malmeisters. He is from Latvia. Perfect live show. Thank you very much, and welcome and thanks for joining me. How are we doing time-wise? I can't believe it. 46 minutes gone. We only got 15 minutes left. Right. Sure. I'm going to have to pick this up a little bit. What do we got? Your photos? We got guys. Man, there is so much I wanted to show you on Loskop. There is a lot. Let me tell you, there is a lot of information on Loskop. Loskop, there's that no entry area there. You'll see it's actually cut off there. Let me see if I can get a nice little, that's down at Renoster Bay. Let me see if I can get a sky view of that there. A46. Okay, that's looking the wrong way. 38. Okay, that's looking to the right. There's your, there in the distance. That's the board there in the distance on the right that says don't go in there. I think I might even have a picture of that board. Okay, that's from the air. You see that there? There's a buoy line across there, and there's the board. No, it's not from the sky, it's from the water view. Just quickly go to the water view. W399 view. There it is. Okay, guys, there it is. No boats beyond this point. But nobody says there's a 50,000 Rand fine. Oh. So yeah, just watch out. Yes, you know what? Quickly, while we're here, there's about 600 of these water level photographs. Let me just have a look. Gracias from Latvia. Mike, hey Mike, welcome Mike. I'm going to take you up on your offer. We're going striper fishing, my friend. Stripers. Man, I can't wait to get on that beautiful boat of yours. It's a Sea Pro, right? Hey man, one day, going to get over there and we're going to go and do it. Man, I'd love to do that. Guys, Mike, please follow him. Old School Fishing, really fantastic channel. Just look up Mike J. Smedley. He's got a fantastic YouTube channel, talks about the Simrad units. He's a Simrad pro. He really knows what he's talking about and a fantastic fisherman, and I just love his videos. So guys, if you get a chance, please go and have a look at his videos. Some really great stuff there. Gord Fraser says, where do you get all the software? Gord, look, it's over the years. You know, we all started with Dr. Depth, and then he left and he just shut down Dr. Depth, Alparapalin, and he joined Johnson Outdoors, and he became the Lake Master mapping engineer, or part of the team somehow. I'm not too sure. And then Matt from Reef Master, he came up with Reef Master. Reef Master is a great program. Most of the stuff that you see me working with here is Reef Master, as well as Sonar TRX. We use a bit of that. We use a little bit of everything, to be quite honest, but Reef Master is the primary. That's the main one. So give Matt a shout. It's very affordable. It's not very expensive software, $200 for the software. The problem is you still got to go and collect the data. That's the tricky part. Hipsky says, great answer, John. Thanks. Bad news about the sonars. I'm not sure if we can bring our own. Hipsky, yes. No, most definitely. Man, if I were you, you've got to bring your own electronics. Geez, if you've got Anything from a Lawrence HDS Generation 2 button, believe it or not, it works with these charts. So all you need is a little battery, which you'll get here. You can even buy one here and sell it when you leave, or borrow a battery. I would probably buy one, to be quite honest, and know that it's good, and a little charger, and you put it on overnight. I use one of these little guys here. This, I don't know if you're going to see this. It's green, so I've got a green screen behind me, so you're going to see it's going to disappear. You see there? That actually looks quite freaky, doesn't it? But this little 33 amp here, that little 33 amp battery there powers dun, 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 that monster. See that monster? Yes. HDS 16, baby. It powers this monster for 12.5 hours. That little battery. Discover. Fantastic little battery. So, yeah, get yourself one of those. Put on a little ram mount. Put on a piece of wood or whatever on the guy's deck so you don't drill into the guy's deck. And you're away. You've got your electronics. You sorted. You take the charts. You bang them in there. Look, you're going to need depth. Most of the boats will have a basic fish finder that's going to give you depth. But something as high end as a Lawrence, it's a gamble, so you're going to have to watch out. But if you can bring your own units, geez, I strongly recommend it. Guys, we are very quickly running out of time, and I wanted to show you this very quickly. Coming into the resort, what I've done is, you'll see there's some places where you can stay. I just took them from the side of the road. And what's that one there? Two. There we go. There's some. These are. I basically just took my car, stopped at the gate, took a photograph. There's all the details. There we go. There's the local little shop and little liquor store, and they've got all sorts of awesome things there. It's the Oppistoep Supermarkt. So there's die Windpomp, Drankvinkel, and yeah, no, there we go. Everything's there. Also, let's just have a look here quickly. Just basic little bits and pieces of information that could possibly help you guys out. I think there was some at the entrance of the resort. There we go. As you come into the resort, there we go. That's what it looks like. So you can expect to see that when you get to the Forever Resort, which is a fantastic place to stay. It really and truly is. It's absolute top shelf place to stay. Beautiful place. It's got everything you need. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Okay, you get the idea. There's pictures of the slipway. Let me see if you can see the slipway there, so you know what the slipway. No, that's the sign at the slipway. Anyway, we're running out of time. Guys, that's the plan for Loskop. There's a ton of information here. Absolute ton of information. Let's have a look. It'll take you forever to go through all this information and work it through and make your plans. There's everything you need to put together a good, solid plan. It's here. Just see what we've got there. There we go. See, that's it from just a different angle. There was one in particular. No. Okay. Anyway, you see that. This is good stuff, guys. This is what you want to know. Heavily hit. It's a day visitors area. Gets heavily targeted. But don't ever say that's not going to work, because you'll be surprised. You'll really be surprised. Mike says that would be a blast. It would be too much fun, brother. I really hope we can do that. I bet we can get some great video together too. Geez, I'm telling you, Mark, we will. And let me tell you, the invitation goes this side too. You ever want to come and see some of our animals and take some awesome videos and footage and whatnot out this way, you're more than welcome. You've got a place to stay. We'll do it. But I really hope that one day that opportunity does present itself. So thank you for that offer that you made some time back. Guys, I'm going to move to the Vaal River quickly, because we also have the Vaal River. How much time have we got? We've got 5 minutes. Goodness me. Guys, the black bass is on the Vaal River. This chart has been out for a while now. It's a great chart. It's a slightly more expensive chart. The Loskop chart is 3,400 Rand. Converted to US dollars, it's about $250. The Vaal River chart is, because of the length of that river, it's 104 kilometers plus the Suikerbos and the Thaibosch entries to that. It was a massive task. That's 5,500 Rand. So you're looking around that $400. Your shipping, we're only going to ship with DHL. We're not going to take a chance. I think to America is around 450 Rand, and then you divide that by 13 and a half, 14, somewhere around there. You add that to the price. But and then to Europe, it's about 400 Rand. It's slightly cheaper. So the international guys, if you do want to order, you just sales at FishTec at the bottom. Tell me how many charts you want. Remember, the charts will only work on one machine. You cannot copy them. You cannot copy the data to the machine. It runs directly off the card straight onto the machine. So if you're going to have 2 boats, I suggest you having two charts. If you can't afford it, just get one, use it for the planning, and put the waypoints on the other machine. You can do it that way, and take some screen grabs just to help you along the way. But guys, with regard to the Vaal River, there's some really great information. I mean, you can see on the screen there, on that Elite 9 Ti there, it's stuff that you just can't get anywhere. Sure, you can go and you can do it yourself. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. A lot of guys have gone and tried to copy my work. There's obviously a couple of little tricks of the trade that I've learned over the years, which I will never reveal. A lot of guys ask me, but it's one of those things where you think of the time and effort you got to be at a certain place, and very often those very magic things you just bumped into accidentally. And obviously that I keep very close to my heart. But that's why I sell the charts to you. You guys didn't get into fishing to go make charts. Forget that. Go fishing. Go and enjoy yourselves. So yeah, as you can see, there's some really fantastic information here. Just drop us a request, a quote. You just click on the bar there. It goes to an email. Colleen's going to pick it up, or I'll pick it up. Most probably 90% of the time it'll be Colleen. Tell me what you want, and we'll sort it out for you. We get on a DHL, get you a tracking number, and you're on your way. There's a video on Facebook, on YouTube. This is running down the river. I don't know if you've got audio on that. Anyway, but basically what I've done is I took a flight path on Google Earth where I overlaid the mosaic, and then I think this was Shandon Howman released a video, and I asked him for permission if I could borrow the video for this exact section. You'll see there's the beach club on your right hand side with the inlet into the Thaibosch that we just passed there now. And yeah, as you can see, there we go. There's some real gems here. So it's a really, really good chart. Like I said, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's well worth it. It really and truly is a fantastic chart. So guys, get your hands on that. Quick, how are we doing here? There's nothing else. What is our time? We're on 7:59. We've got a minute left. Guys, just to talk about the hardware quickly. 2018, without a doubt, was the year of the Elite 9 Ti. I don't know how it did in the rest of the world, but I can tell you in South Africa, it was a cracker. It was affordable. It was competitively priced when compared to the overseas markets, which very often us in South Africa are nowhere near there. For example, this little puppy, when this came out, when this was first launched in South Africa, this here was 10,000 US dollars, one piece. No transducer in South Africa. That basically made it impossible for the average person. It's very difficult to justify that type of money. We're hoping to get that price down a little bit, but going into 2019, guys, there's now the new TI2. The TI2, the biggest thing about the Elite TI2 is that it's going, not yet, it's going to have Wi-Fi sonar and map sharing like we do with the HDS with the Ethernet cable. We're going to have that with the Elite TI2. Now that's a big plus. That's fantastic. How it's going to work, how reliable is the link going to be, we'll have to see. I'm hoping it just works flawlessly. That'll just be fantastic. But the HDS Live, there's something big coming in 2019. The HDS Live for the first time is going to have live view. Like the Garmin Panoptix Live Scope, we're going to have that on the Lawrence. Very, very exciting stuff. But before that comes out, long before that comes out, I don't know if any of you have seen the quality of the new transducer, the active imaging transducer. The resolution of that side scan is so phenomenal. Resolution and size of screen is going to come into play. You take 5, 6, 7 years ago, you go back 10 years ago and whatnot. Why is this little 5-inch unit, the LMS 520, fantastic seller around the world? Why did that make it to the cover of the catalog? Why? Because 98% of people around the world used a 5-inch unit. There was no need for anything bigger. Those days have changed. Those days have changed. Now it's about the big screen. Yes, the Hummingbird has also got the Solix 15, the nice big 15-inch screen. But guess what? It hasn't got the resolution. They've taken the resolution of the little Solix 10 and they've stretched it out like that, bang, and made it a 15-inch unit. That's no good for us. You're taking the same image and you're just blurring it. That doesn't make sense. The HDS Live 16, that is the unit I'm endorsing for 2019, and that's the unit I'm going to push very hard for. It's got the resolution. It's got a 1920 by 1080. That's a full HD screen. And I tell you what, it just flat out works. The size of it, for the quality on these charts, if you look at these charts now, you want to see those little things. Everybody can see the big things, but if you want to see that fine detail, you want to see it in your side scan with your active imaging, the new update on the structure scan 3D, whoa, stand back. I tell you what, the quality, I released a video just the other day. Oh, you know what? I forgot to change over the video. Thanks, Jan. Sorry. That was a... Oops, let me just see. Why did that... Oh, no. Sorry, Jan. I wish I saw that earlier. You guys missed the video on... Let me see if I can get that back quickly. I'll put it in the background. I know we're out of time. Merge. We're out of time. Merge. There it is. Thanks, John. Thanks. So, guys, we want to see the details. Yes. Of big units. The detail that we get out of the new technology today, out of the charts, as you can see the type of resolution we get out of the charts, the type of imagery. We want resolution, we want size. Warren, HDS,
so here we are,
answer.
beneath the moon,
What a project is
sun and storm.
It's a
brand new day.
Our work here.
It's a brand new start.
We're running sonar at the same time.
Read the world, it's just me and my guitar.
HDS and the 12.
When you feel afraid,
processing
hesitate to call my name, I'll be there for you. I'll be there when you're feeling low.
split shot. Fantastic unit. Guys, there we go. Let me stop that. Go back to back to that. Back to
Hey
that.
guys, Jamie Hartman here, Bassmaster
merge that
Elite
in
Series.
there. Now I've lost myself. Where am I? Sorry guys. I'm gone. Oh no. Guys, sorry, no man. How is that even possible? Yes. I've somehow cut myself out completely. No, I've got to put myself back in. Sorry, because I want to say goodbye to you all and I want to wish you all. So, I don't know how I did that. My apologies, guys. I've got to chroma key it first. There we go. Sorry, guys. I know I've gone over. And hello. We couldn't miss out on that. I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Have a awesome Christmas with your family and friends and loved ones, and have a fantastic prosperous new year. And I really look forward to seeing you all in 2019, bright and sharp, on the second Tuesday of January 2019, and we'll see what's going to come up there. To everybody that joined me tonight, thank you very much. Have an awesome evening. Cheers everybody.